children spend between 5 and 7 hours a day in the classroom, depending on their age. While it may sound like a lot, in reality, from birth to age 18, children only spend 14% of their time in the classroom with their teachers. In addition, it is estimated that 85% of what children learn, they learn from their parents. So what's with the trend of parents distancing themselves from their children's education and leaving it up to schools alone? To examine this question, I have with me in studio veteran educator Margot van Reineveld, principal of Stepping Stones Pre-Primary and Sandhurst Preparatory College in Johannesburg. Margot, you have been in this field for so long. What are you seeing that is proving to you that parents are distancing themselves from their children's education?
I find that a number of parents, for personal or professional reasons, abdicating their roles quite significantly. Children are dropped off as early as 7 in the morning, and many are picked up as late as 5:30 every day.
So parents are actually parenting on 1.5 to 2.5 hours a day, essentially. That's the amount of time.
Of wakeful hours.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. I think that some of them make the choice because they envisage the best for their children being a quality educational facility, but don't understand that their role is pivotal, that they are the key role players, and in fact, they are defined as the primary educators of their children, and we need them to get back to being real with their children, being present with their children, and not being the parent who is funding the education of their child, but not being a pivotal role player in it.
Yeah, I think that's really a big thing today, is parents working so hard to afford the education, but not being present in their children's lives. And then also expecting that because I'm paying top dollar for education, it's not my problem, it's yours, the teachers, or the school.
Absolutely. I think that there was a period of time when people focused on the helicopter parent who hovered around, but now we have the parent who is absent, some parents that you never get to meet. You meet the au pair, you meet the driver, or even the outsourced company that does the lift club. But the truth of the matter is that the parent should and could make a difference in their child's life, even if they have limited time. It's the quality of role that they play in that time that makes the difference to their children's lives.
So the University of Michigan did some research, and they determined that there is this parental effect that schools find very hard to emulate. And it is this involvement in your child's life and in their school career that will keep children there for longer in the school system, that will help children do better. And it's that emotional connection, isn't it, between parent and school that's really important.
Yes, I think that by definition, education is a three-legged stool. It's the relationship between parent, teacher and child. And quite often in modern society, it tends to be seen as the relationship between teacher and child, and the parent is not part of that three-legged tripod. The truth is, without the parent's involvement, the entire educational protocol falls apart. And that the parent that is involved transforms the child's educational trajectory, because the involved parent makes the child see education is validated and is
valued,
affirmed by the parent. So the ones that become part of the PTA, that attend the sports events without becoming the aggressive sideline parent.
Yeah, I always say, if you want to change the system, don't do it from the sidelines, get on the committee.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that those children then have a sense of connect between home and school, between parent and teacher and themselves, and they are, as a consequence, then more willing to be an active participant in their own learning career.
So in other words, their lives are not sort of distinct bubbles that are separate from each other, but everything is integrated. So in a way, what you are saying is that the parents are the hidden curriculum. School follows a very specific academic curriculum, but children are watching us all the time, how we respond, what we do, what we say, how we connect, and they learn from that.
Absolutely. That old adage, don't do what I do, do what I say, actually doesn't work. Our children mimic what we do. It doesn't help to tell your child to drink water because it's the healthy choice and then open the fridge and pour yourself a Coke.
Yeah.
Because unless you actually emulate best practice as a parent, your child is going to do what you do.
And then they'll say, why should I?
Absolutely.
And then you get the child in the classroom who says, oh, whatever.
Exactly. The best are those who in the morning ring will sit and do an entire presentation of the trip to school and the road rage presented by a parent. And then the father says, oh, but I don't approve of the way that he's swearing. And well, actually, he learnt it in the car en route to school.
Absolutely.
Because he was listening to you.
Yes.
So it's sometimes a tough conversation to have with parents to say, you need to change the way you parent and the way that you actually behave in the presence of your child, because you cannot expect your child to behave in a certain manner if you are failing to honor the child at every turn.
Absolutely. I had another school headmistress saying they were doing in grade 2 words ending in UCK. So, of course, everyone was doing duck, and then this one child was doing the F word, writing the F word. And the teacher said, you can't do that. She says, but my daddy says this all the time.
Absolutely.
It's a real word. And you know, in her home, that was a very real word.
Indeed.
And then, Margot, just a little word on the kind of things that parents don't understand about how children learn in that foundation phase, which is right up until about the age of 9. Today, we're inundated with technology and devices, and children who come from most backgrounds where there's a bit of money will have at least a television, and today we are seeing more and more families with computers, laptops, etc., and tablets. And of course, you don't even have to have those to be able to engage with that technological world. You just need a smartphone.
Exactly.
But parents are forgetting that children learn in specific phases, and they need a very real experience with the world in order to map it and understand it.
I think that the screen cop-out has become a trend. It's comfortable, it's swift, and it's easy to switch on the TV when you're doing things at home. We even have children who have DVD journeys to and from school.
Yes.
There is no real engagement. There is no real tangible exploration of anything.
So what we're talking about is multisensory learning in those early years.
Yes.
So if a child experiences a real object, they can feel it, they can smell it, they can touch it, they can use it. So a glass, for example, is hard, it's round, it's cold, you can fill it, you can empty it, and you can smash it.
Indeed.
If you only saw a picture of that, you wouldn't understand it.
Nope.
Same with a lemon. This has got a bitter, sweet, rough, smooth, all those things that stimulate
Smell it,
the senses.
squeeze it, touch it, taste
allow
it.
children in those foundation phases to experience as many real things as possible with real toys, real objects, real people, and play dates.
Indeed.
So important. So on that note, Margot, thank you so much for joining us. And while parental involvement in children's education is by no means a call to helicopter parenting, it is about holding the educational and personal development space for your child, both at home and at school. Thank you, Margot, for the reminder that we are the hidden curriculum and that children are learning an enormous amount from us every day. Remember that the parental effect is very hard, if not impossible, for schools to reproduce on their own, no matter how much you spend on your child's education. In order to future-proof children today, both school and parents need to play their part. On that note, I dare you to go and change the world, one parent, one teacher, one leader at a time.